Welcome. We welcome you to this broadcast of girls varsity basketball on NKTelco Sports. We're at Jackson Center High School, where the Botkins Trojans will take on the Jackson Center Tigers. Tonight's game is brought to you by the following sponsors: Keyhole Pizza, First National Bank, Precision Strip, Emerson Climate Technologies, Carriage Works, Grand Lake Health, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric Automation, Minster Bank, New Knoxville Supply, Pratt Industries, Wagner's IGA, Wilson Health, Winners Meats, Allen Ball Insurance, and NKTelco. Welcome again. My name is Jeff Henshin. Alongside me this afternoon is Jeremy Plyman, and we have an interesting matchup today, what we anticipate to be a very good battle between two Shelby County athletic teams as they come in. Jeremy, very identical in record and status, and it should be a great matchup, and we're looking forward to it.
And not only the way their record and their matchup is, kind of how they've been playing. Both teams 3 games ago had big wins. The Trojans knocked off the undefeated Parkway Panthers. At that point in time, the Jackson Center took out the Russia Raiders. Since then, both teams are winless, and they've lost 2 in a row, so both teams are kind of looking to get back into it. The Trojans, they lost to the Redskins from Fort Laramie, a team that is possibly not only one of the top teams in the area, possibly one of the top teams in the state in Division IV. And then the Jackson Center played at Anna and had a game that just was a tough game for them, 24-18.
To quote Coach
Brown,
it was like watching paint dry. That doesn't sound like fun. It was 18 to 24, 24-18 was the final score there. So, you mentioned Fort Laramie against Botkins, defeating them handily. So it's both these teams want to erase those memories and get a W. I mean, somebody's going to get the win today, and if Botkins gets the win, they'll go to 5-3 in Shelby County League play. If Jackson Center gets the win, they'll move to 5-4 in Shelby County League athletic play. So, it's going to be a battle. These teams obviously played earlier in the year, back on Saturday, December 3rd, where Botkins defeated Jackson Center in a close one, 33-29. So, again, probably each team, I'm sure the girls have this game kind of marked in their calendar and their mind that they both want it and feel they both have a chance to win it. And we will have to wait and see here shortly. We'll have the national anthem first and then come back with our starting lineups and opening tip here on NKTelco Sports.
I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
At Wilson Health, we're extending care beyond the walls of the hospital, with resources designed to keep you in charge of your health.
Our independence and connection to the community are unique, in a world where big healthcare strives to act like corporations.
Our tools may be the same, but we are different.
We're neighbors, friends, and family who truly care about the people who live here.
We call it Caring Without Limits, and it's just the beginning of a whole new Wilson Health.
Welcome back to Jackson Center as we prepare to meet the Botkins Trojans on our Emerson Climate Technologies. First starter is number 2, Camden Paul, averaging 8.6 a game. Next is number 3, Lydia Dietz, averaging 5 points a game. Next starter is number 5, Mulaney Maurer, averaging 8 points a game. And number 11 is Kennedy Dosick, averaging 4 points a game. And number 12, Didi Pitts, averaging 6.9 points a game. The Trojans are coached by Tyler Carson, assisted by Rebecca New, and JV coach Tasha Perry. For the Tigers now, again, our Emerson Climate Technology starting lineup. Number 4, Grace Pranger is a junior. Number 10 is Presley Reese, a sophomore. Number 14, McKinley Reichert is a sophomore. Number 20 is Addie Biederman, a junior. Number 44 is Macy Kluffenstein, a junior. The Tigers are coached by Tiffany Brown, assisted by Keisha Bird, and JV coach Peyton Esser. Thank you to Emerson Climate Technologies sponsoring our starting lineups. And now our keys of the game brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. First, Jeremy, for the Botkins Trojans.
Coach Tyler Carson's team said it is important that they, 1, rebound, 2, control the tempo, number 3, run the offense efficiently and get points when they're open.
And for the Tigers?
For Coach Tiffany Brown's Jackson Center Tigers, play perimeter defense, stay composed on offense, and win the hustle plays.
Thank you to Keyhole Pizza for bringing you our keys of the game as we're underway. The Tigers in the white uniforms today, orange numbers trimmed in black. They are the home team. Botkins, the all-black jerseys, all-black numbers, which make it hard for me to see. And the gold trim. Reese, left-handed shot, no good. Run down by Lydia Dietz in the corner. And
interesting matchup here for the Trojans on defense is Kennedy Dosick on McKinley Reichert here.
A two-pointer there by Reese on the other end. A missed shot as that was the Tigers' first look. Trojans will get a three-point shot, and they will get a three-point answer. Mulaney Maurer.
Mulaney had 9 in the first game against Jackson Center, and that win by the Trojans over at home there.
4-point win is what it was. Nice spin move for Kluffenstein. Her shot missed. Reichert nearly came up with it. Instead, the Trojans get the defensive rebound. Running down the loose ball now will reset is Maurer. She had the three-pointer the first possession. That's her 21st made triple on the season for the 5'8 junior. Catch, release, Dietz three-point attempt, no good. Offensive rebound, Didi Pitts, her shot missed. A rebound by the Tigers. Presley Reese now will slow it down and find her classmate Reichert on the right side. No seniors on the JC lineup or in the roster, and scoring a tough shot, Jeremy. That's a left-hander going to the right, but Biederman scores it off the glass.
I would imagine it looks like Jackson Center wants to go at that matchup with Biederman being guarded by Mulaney Maurer there. Biederman loves to work in that mid-post action there, and that's probably a little bit more of an uncomfortable position for Mulaney to play and guard at.
Botkins not a large vertical team per se. They do a lot more with their speed and quickness. I've seen them play a couple times, and I know this is one of their longer possessions they've had with the basketball. They usually get shots off pretty frequently and at a rapid pace. They like to play, let's say, a quicker style ball game. That shot blocked by Biederman. That was Paul's shot blocked by Biederman, rebounded by Jackson Center, but the long pass is intercepted. Turnover Tigers. And there's a foul, blocking foul, as Reichert kind of ran into her own teammate trying to get down the floor and stop Pitts. And instead, the blocking foul called. And Jeremy, we talked about before the game for Didi Pitts, a frequent flyer to the foul line.
She gets there often, and part of it is in situations like this, Didi Pitts at 5'7", leading the team in rebounding at six rebounds a game. And then she's kind of a guard, so when she wants to get down the floor, she grabs that rebound, and it just starts to put people in uncomfortable positions when she's coming down the floor.
She's aggressive. She goes to the basket with that ability that she possesses. Biederman finds Reichert. Tough shot, or good shot, a little bit too strong. Reichert misses, rebounded by the Trojans.
Nice job by the Tigers breaking that press there by the Trojans. They just couldn't get it to finish.
Dosek kicks out.
Fake and
travel. Right idea for Dee Pitts. But Pitts, we mentioned the frequent flyer. She's attempted now 70 and 71 free throws on this season. Needs to build her percentage up a little bit, but she did make those two and gives her team a 5-2 lead. But a frequent aggressive player for Pitts. We'll see how she visits the foul line today. As man-to-man defense by the Trojans. This is Dee Pitts playing on Reichert, their leading scorer for the Tigers. Reichert swings it over to Reese, a long two-pointer. Foot was on the line, shot was off the mark. And with the rebound, Camden Paul. Again, Paul and Dietz both are listed at 5 feet tall. That might be with her shoes on, but again,
that's team probably gracious.
That team is more built on speed and quickness. Nice move. Oh, tough break. Knocked out of bounds, though. It looked like Dosek had a clean look at the basket. Good hands there by the Tigers to prevent it.
She came off that screen there on that curl and went straight to the hole. Nice play by Kennedy. Just couldn't get it to finish.
Dietz. Pass to the right corner. Three-point shot by Dosek. Strong. Reichert with the rebound. Reichert. Charge. Tough break. She runs over number 2, Paul. That is going to be Reichert's second foul, so tough break for the Tigers. They have their leading scorer and kind of a do-all player in Reichert picking up 2 fouls here in just almost 4 minutes.
The question now is, if you're Coach Brown, how long do you let McKinley Reichert sit?
Not long, but
I wouldn't think so.
But you gotta. That was a tough break. I thought Reichert was going to be able to get around the charge attempt and just decided too late to change direction, and Paul gets the charge taken as
part of that is the quickness of Camden Paul on the other end with her feet. It did look like she was going to have a lane, and then Camden just closed it down quickly there. Good rebound.
And the third trip here is Biederman. So I believe it was Presley Reese, then it was Klopfenstein, and then it was Biederman to score. Biederman now with 4 points, but 3 looks there for the smaller, or for maybe the larger Tigers today. They're took advantage of their size, getting those multiple looks.
Again, Kennedy Dosek getting through the lane there. She's going to get 2 free throws.
I noticed in some of the games I had with Botkins, they like to shoot the threes. They average 21 attempts a game. They also like to go to the basket. You think of their size, and that doesn't mean that they're not aggressive. They go to the basket, they shoot, they force, fouls, they get to the line. And Dosek did just that.
Part of that is, I think we talked about it, Jeff, they run that 5-out offense, and they have, quote-unquote, Kennedy Dosek and Dee Pitts running the post. They're not necessarily post players. They're wings. So what they do is they get some of those post players from the other team having to defend on the guard, and they're coming around those, and it gets them attacking the rim. And that's just great play design by Coach Tyler Carson, knowing your team and knowing what they're good at and what are some of their deficiencies and how do you stay away from it.
Turnover by the Tigers will give the Trojans the basketball. 3 minutes to play first quarter. 6-4 in favor of Botkins.
There it is again. Kennedy Dosek getting in that lane often. She's matched up with, Macy Klopfenstein, and that's a perfect example.
Klopfenstein usually defends a post player, a girl that's maybe 5'10"-ish, and now you've got Dosek who can play like a guard, and Dosek's one of their leading free throw shooters on the season at 71%. If she makes her next one here, she'll be 3 for 4 already here in the first quarter. Coming into the basketball game for Botkins at number 32, Jana Metz. And Dosek connects now. Again, 3 points, all on the foul line, 3 of 4 from the charity stripe.
And this is where you'll wonder if you see it a little bit with Reichert out. Trojans want to pick that up a little bit full court. Does that put, Reichert brings the ball down a lot for him. That's going to put Grace Pranger and Presley Reese in a different position. There's a turnover.
Possession will favor the Botkins, so it is a turnover. So 8-4 with 2:37 to play. And Botkins right now seems to be just a 4-point lead, but they seem to be, let's say, more in control. They've only made the three-pointer, Mulaney Maurer, but have been to the free throw line 3 times already, have made 5 of 6 from the 15-foot mark.
They've just seemed to be getting more of what they want offensively. Now, they haven't been able to convert them all the time, but it just seems like they're more, like you said, Jeff, just more in control. And and here it is again. Kennedy goes at 3 times.
Well, she misses the opportunity. Biederman with a big rebound, and Addie will take it down and look for help. Well, she'll shoot it. Tough break, but it goes off back iron, and held ball will keep it with the Tigers. And Riker, again, on the bench with the 2 fouls. She picked them up within the first, couple minutes of the ball game.
Within 4 minutes here.
Yeah, within 4, you're right. So
I would imagine Coach Brown here, if you can keep it at this 4-point area, 4 or 5, you can leave McKinley sit there for a little bit. If you feel like it's going to start stretching, that's when it starts to get a little dicey, where you probably are going to want to go back to it.
Got to gamble. 3-point shot taken by Paul, no good. Rebounded by Kloffenstein, but the held ball looks like will keep it with the Trojans.
Was that Lydia Dietz getting in there to cause that tie up?
Yeah, I don't know. I was looking at something else I saw on the court, and I didn't know who tied her up. 3-point shot. Mulaney Maurer, her second of the game, her 21st and 22nd now on the season, at 25% shooter from that range. 7-point lead. Okay, Jeremy, it's no longer 4. It's up to 7. A chance to grow here with a 3-point. Maurer's been hot. She stays hot. That's 3 of them here in the quarter. So explosion of offense here for the Trojans. A couple 3-point buckets, some free throws, and they now have a 10-point lead. Steal almost. Again, the overhead pass, kind of trying to throw in a straight line. The hands go up, it deflects it, and almost creates a turnover for the Tigers. They'll take it out of bounds in front of the Botkins bench. Coach Coach Tyler Carson, his first year, also saying for Tiffany Brown for the Jackson Center Tigers.
That 2-2-1 press has given the Tigers a little bit of fits here on offense.
60 seconds left to play in the quarter. It's been a while since it seems like the Tigers have scored. And Biederman is going to be fouled, or there's a whistle.
And right now the Trojans, when Biederman gets that ball in the mid-post, that is not just being guarded by Mulaney Maurer. They are collapsing in a heartbeat, and they got hands all over in there.
Dee Pitts with the foul. 55 seconds left. Presley Reese. Back to Biederman. 2-point shot off the mark. And again, the drought continues offensively for the Tigers. Camden Paul, left side, back up to Maurer. He's had 3 3-pointers here in the quarter. Good screen there by Metz, it looked like. Maurer reverses and swing it over to Dee Pitts.
Notice that time Kennedy Dosek couldn't get in there, but they've got Jana Metz in the post, and now that's kind of made it a little easier for Kloppenstein. She's a little bit more comfortable now.
A post versus a post as far as, let's say, ball handling expertise. And final 15 seconds, the Trojans have had it for basically the final 40 seconds of the quarter. Dee Pitts' shot looked like it was blocked, rebounded by Reese. 4 seconds, Presley Reese going to the basket. Misses a shot, held ball, will end the quarter. You know, it's 11-4. I thought that, 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. No, it's 14. It should be 14-11.
It should be 14-4, right?
14-4 here on NKTelco Sports. We'll come back with second quarter action here.
CarriageWorks has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We're certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
Ohio means jobs. Auglaize County has a job for you. Grand Lake Health System has over 800 employees. Included is Joint Township District Memorial Hospital and multiple physician practices. And we're now hiring a variety of positions that fit all education and skill levels. Plus, you'll get a great benefit package offered to both full and part-time workers. Join this rewarding career and help your community in the process. Contact Ohio Means Jobs Auglaize County for all your employment needs.
Welcome back as the score is now 14-4 on the scoreboard, as we thought it would be. A good quarter for the Trojans, and Tigers have dug themselves a hole, and it appears that McKinley Reichert will start the second quarter for Jackson Center. She will play with 2 fouls, and again, it's now or never. You can't let her sit forever. You got to bring her in.
The Tigers just weren't real good offensively, especially when the Trojans came out and started picking them up about three-quarter court, 75 foot from the basket. I think they just had some people who were a little uncomfortable. That had also limited their options. Their two big go-tos are, Addie Biederman and McKinley Reichert. Biederman was starting to try to force some things out there to get some offense going, and this is about what Coach Brown, this is your only option. You got to go back to her. And it was also causing you issues defensively a little bit.
Yeah, Reichert's a big part of this Jackson Center team. There's a foul against Metz. But, they looked uncomfortable without, let's say, one of their leaders, a girl that can handle the ball and pressure. And so now they got her back on the court with 2 fouls, and this is her right here with the basketball. Biederman's the only one to score for the Tigers in the first quarter.
And Jackson only goes about 6 deep, so, McKinley Reichert plays a lot of minutes anyways. So this is just probably a learning lesson for the young sophomore.
Pass a little too hot, Tiger turnover in the first quarter for Botkins Trojans. Mulaney Maurer hit 3 3-pointers. She currently has 9 points. Kennedy Dosek 3 of 4 from the free throw line with 3, and Dee Dee Pitts 2 for 2 from the line for her 2. Their total of 14 as we start the second quarter. And the first possession for the Trojans is a turnover. Maurer kind of lost a hand, and hand on the ball gets called for the double dribble.
I think she wanted to hit somebody coming off that curl there, and it never materialized as quickly as she wanted it to.
Presley Reese, a 5'8" point guard. And there's a foul against number 2, Camden Paul. Third team foul against the Trojans. Paul, her first, correct?
Yep. Jackson in this 3-1 set here, in a little triangle set.
Boy, it's about 3 shots the Tigers have had right off the back edge of the rim. That Reichert's shot a little too strong.
From
Paul,
way down there.
Good rebound for Biederman on the 3-point attempt missed by Camden Paul. Tough steps there, kind of got out of rhythm. Good defense by Maurer. Botkins is not a very, like I said, vertical team, but they like to play that like mosquito defense, or that gnat that won't leave you alone. Just
they're
in your
very
face.
handsy, and they're up in you all the time. And I think right now, Coach Brown's probably not real happy. They talked about staying composed offensively, and they've had a couple rough possessions here where, they're down 14-4. This has got a long way to go for this thing. So here's the question here with McKinley Reichert guarding Mulaney Maurer.
Yeah, that's
like,
of course.
But Mulaney's not necessarily a slasher/driver. She likes to get set, and that might be a good deal for McKinley. Like, she's not going to come at you.
Dietz with the 3-point shot miss, and she's then going to be the one that picks up the personal foul.
I feel like the Trojans here in the second quarter, this is 3 of them real quick in less than a minute and 45. The aggressiveness, they've tried to turn it up, but I'm not sure that's working. We're mounting some fouls pretty quickly here, Jeff.
That's the 4th foul quickly, or back-to-back fouls. You're right, and we'll see once here the shots. Of course, when they don't go in, she kind of overreacted, went after it, and Coach Brown will take a timeout as Reese has the basketball, and it'll be a 30-second timeout. I'll let Jeremy read through some of our key sponsors for today's ball game.
Today's sponsors for today's ball game here at Jackson Center: Keyhole Pizza, First National Bank, Precision Strip, Emerson Climate Technologies, Carriage Works, Grand Lake Health, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric Automation, Minster Bank, New Knoxville Supply, Pratt Industries, Wagner's IGA, Wilson Health, Winners Meats, Allen Ball Insurance, and NKTelco.
Thank you again to those sponsors that allow us to do this. And today it's Shelby County Athletic League girls basketball between the Tigers and the Trojans. And again, each of these teams trying to fight for that top half of the Shelby County League. Jackson Center 4-4 in conference play. Botkins 4-3 in conference play.
You know, Jeff, we look at the keys to the game here, some things that are showing up that both coaches talked about. Coach Tiffany Brown talked about staying composed on offense. That's not been real pretty for the Jackson Center Tigers. On the other hand, for the Lady Trojans, Coach Carson talked about rebounding, and the Lady Trojans have already given up 5 offensive rebounds to the Jackson Center Tigers.
Turnover.
Now, they haven't been punished on them yet.
Haven't capitalized.
At this point, you know, I don't think Coach Brown's real happy about what he's seeing. Hammer pass down the baseline from Lydia Dietz, excuse me.
Trojans force a Tiger turnover, and they go to work here trying to capitalize on it. 5 minutes and 35 seconds to play until half. Metz blocked by Biederman, rebounded by Reichert. So good defensive play by Biederman, and a chance now for the Tigers. It's been a while since they've scored. That was a basket by Biederman, but pretty good pressure put on, and it will force another Tiger turnover. And just not letting Jackson Center get into any flow on offense.
No, and that's that aggressiveness, picking them out all the way out beyond half court. Nice crossover. Lydia Dietz there, just can't finish.
Reichert quickly finds Biederman up the court. Good job by the Trojans hustling back. Reese, nice crossover. And
going to get the extra.
Needed it and gets it. Good job by the 5'8 sophomore. Much needed point for the Tigers. They get the basket and a foul against the Tigers. It goes against number 11, Kennedy Dosek, her first.
Mulaney Maurer back into the ball game as Jana Metz comes and takes a seat. Jana Metz has really given them some nice minutes here lately. She played well against Fort Laramie the other night. As Presley Reese knocks down the first free throw on that.
She now has 3 points, and the lead is 14-7. The first points of the quarter scored by either team, so it's taken 3+ minutes to do that. It was 14-4 at the end of the first quarter. Kennedy Dosek, go ahead.
You talked about it, Jeff. We've watched the Trojans kind of at the beginning of the season felt like it was a very up pace, take a lot of shots. As the season has went on, they've developed into a patient team.
I'll agree, because tonight it hasn't been as rapid fire, and it's been a couple weeks since I've seen Botkins play, but early on it was like 1 or 2 passes, and I even joked, I don't know who it was with, I even wrote down, you know, watch 1 or 2 passes, and it was bam, bam, fire. Now, it's great, but when you're maybe only shooting the low 20s from that range, you might want to, you know, just slow down a little bit, but, you know, they've grown and learned, and today it's been much more patient. Three-pointer by Grace Prenger off the mark, rebounded by Maurer, and here come the Trojans. Paul with it in the deep corner, under 4 minutes to play until half. D.D. Pitts. Paul into Dietz. So again, a number of girls have all touched it here in this offense. A lot of passing and cutting and basically waiting for a crease to open up and drive to the basket. Maurer. Strong move, can't finish with the left hand. That's one of the fewer slashing moves we've seen Maurer take. But it was a nice drive. That's what they're looking for is an avenue.
And you watch McKinley Reichert kind of give her the lane. She wasn't real physical with her. There's a
offensive stick back.
On the board.
Yeah, and what was key there is Reichert watched Biederman. The shot was taken. McKinley Reichert never lost sight of the basketball and kind of caught it in an awkward position and finished for her first points of the game, and that's now 5 straight for the Tigers. 5 straight points.
Cut the lead down to 5 here. The Trojans have not yet scored in this quarter.
Boy, Maurer, nice move, and she again has Reichert on her, kind of went at her. Reichert backed up. Reese off the glass, no good. Reichert, another offensive rebound, strong. Kendall Reese, backside, offensive bucket from the support player. Kendall Reese, number 6, if you will. They play about 6, and 3 opportunities there, Jeremy. Offensive rebounding paying off for the Tigers. They've scored a 7 straight. Coach Carson wants to take a timeout with 2:31 to play. Full timeout. We'll take one with them here on NKTelco Sports.
We are here and here and here.
Minster Bank is everywhere, providing every banking service that you need to keep your financial life in order. Whether you are on the go or stopping by one of our branches, Minster Bank is here for you. We proudly support the communities where you live. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Unpack your potential with a career at Pratt Industries. Working at Pratt Industries is more than a job. It's a sustainable career.
Pratt Industries to me is a job. It's my career. It's the way I put food on my table, but I love what I do.
We offer competitive pay, excellent benefits, and opportunities for career advancement. To apply, visit careers.prattindustries.com.
Welcome back to Jackson Center following our precision strip timeout. And Jeremy, a good run of offense by the Tigers, keyed by offensive rebounding.
Offensive rebounding. Coach Carson talked about that, keeping them off the boards, and right now their girls aren't doing a real effective job. They've got 4 offensive rebounds in the quarter and 2 of them for putbacks for a total of 4 points for the Tigers right now. So we'll see what goes offensively here. The Trojans have not scored yet this quarter.
Yeah, we're pushing almost 6 minutes gone as we approach the final 2-minute mark, and kind of a turnaround. Botkins really ended the first quarter nicely, growing to a 10-point lead, and pressure put on there by Grace Prenger. It'll stay with Botkins, and the Botkins has had a couple nice drives or looks. I know Mulaney Mauer's had 2 good quality looks. The shots didn't go down. This is Mauer, who's made 3 3-pointers in the first quarter.
And the Tigers have done this. There's a 3 by Camden Paul.
Oh, that's a great timeout and a huge basket for Paul. Her 21st made 3-pointer of the season. Shoots it at 23%, and some might say that might be the biggest 3 she's hit in a while, as that was a much-needed points for the Trojans. Biederman gets space. Left-hander misses the mark. Kind of that tough angle going to the right for left-hander. 6-point lead.
If she would have took possibly one more dribble, I think she was at the rim, but she would have had to shoot it right-handed. She does look a little uncomfortable going up right-handed on those.
3-pointer by McPherron, correct?
Yep.
So that's off the mark. The chance here now for the Tigers. Reichert from 18 feet. No good. Offensive foul on Botkins. They're going to whistle Lydia Dietz. I think Botkins, again, the smaller athletes, and you mentioned the offensive rebounding that Jackson Center has been getting, but how do you stop that? You just got to put a body in front and hope that you can hold your ground so you don't get maneuvered. Now, if Jackson Center is pushing you, that should be a foul, but you got to get in front of them to stop the momentum. One referee had a fist, so we're going to get a foul against Jackson Center, and they'll get one on number 20, Addie Biederman.
I feel Biederman's kind of forcing it a little bit here. She's struggling to get back in the offense, and and that's part of the other teammates too. I feel like they're forcing it to her a little bit here. Just let the offense develop. I think there's some things there happening that if they just let it develop, it'll be there for them.
Second foul against Biederman.
Good
entry pass. Mauer with a bucket. Dosek with the assist. And Mauer, her first non-3-point basket of the quarter. And Paul will pick up her second foul. So number 2 with 2. And it will be a bonus situation. So important free throws coming up here. And Grace Prenger will have a 1+1 opportunity.
Looks like Camden took one to the nose there a little bit when she turned. And she also disagreed with that, I think. And she, probably rightfully so. She looked to be set.
Back iron, no good. Off of Reichert's hands into the hands of Mulaney Mauer, rebounded by the Trojans. 40 seconds left to go in the half. 8-point Trojan lead. They've come alive here offensively following that timeout. They've scored 5 points after being outscored by the Tigers. A 7-0 run and now a 5-0 run for Botkins. 16 seconds left. Dee Pitts, cross court to Dosek. Blocked by Biederman. Biederman's had a couple blocks tonight. She also gets the rebound. 6 seconds, loses the handle. Dee Pitts blocked again by Biederman. So some good defense there by Biederman to prevent Trojans from scoring. And at the halftime buzzer, it is Botkins 19, Jackson Center 11. You're watching high school girls varsity basketball on NKTelco Sports.
Are you looking for a rewarding career? Lincoln Electric Automation in Coldwater and Fort Loramie supplies top-of-the-line automation systems to manufacturers. Lincoln Electric Automation routinely develops its team through hiring and by offering advanced technical training. We understand that every employee matters, and every role contributes to the success of our business. We offer advancement opportunities, competitive wages, and benefit packages. Visit LincolnElectric.com and get on track to a better career and a better future.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
Whether you do business from a corner store or a corner office, there is one asset your business cannot do without: the Internet. Everything from sales and marketing, training and shipping, PR, HR, and R&D, your business relies on a fast, reliable, and secure connection. And now, it's more important than ever to partner with an Internet provider you can trust. Get Flight Fiber for Business, backed by local tech support from NKTelco. Call today.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Welcome back to Jackson Center. We are at halftime in the Shelby County Athletic League matchup between Botkins and Jackson Center. My name is Jeff Henson. Alongside me is Jeremy Plyman. And Jeremy and I were talking off air, and I don't think he got his stats done, but we're going to, he's ready. Yep. All right, sorry, go ahead, Jeremy.
We're looking at the stats from the first quarter here for the Jackson Center Tigers. They're led in scoring by Addie Biederman with 4. She had 4 of them right off the bat in the game there, Jeff. McKinley Reichert has 2, Presley Reese has 3, and Kendall Reese has 2. They have 19 total rebounds, 9 of them offensively, and 3 of them have resulted in 6 points. They had 6 turnovers on the half. They shot 5 of 22 from the field, 0 for 2 from 3, and 1 for 2 from the free throw line. For the Lady Trojans, they're led in the scoring column by Mulaney Maurer, who has 11 points on 3 3-pointers. Camden Paul has 3, Kennedy Dosek has 3, and Delaney Pitts has 2 for a total of 19. They have 7 rebounds in the half and only turned it over 3 times. They were 5 of 22 from the field. 4 of those were 3-pointers for 4 for 10 and 5 for 6 from the free throw line. The Lady Trojans here come out 19-11 here at the half. The big plays of the game, McKinley Reichert picking up 2 fouls early on with 3.5 minutes into the game and sat the rest of the first quarter, and it really kind of got a...
it hurt their offense. It hurt their team. You see what she did when she came in a second. 2 offensive rebounds. I know she put one of them up for a bucket, so she definitely made an impact. She didn't pick up any more fouls, so she's playing with 2. A couple other plays for Botkins, Lydia Dietz and Camden Paul, each with 2. They picked them up late in the second quarter. So really, I would say nobody in foul trouble, as Kennedy Diosek's 3-pointer no good. And there's the aforementioned Reichert with the defensive board. Biederman also for Jackson Center with 2 fouls.
Her last one was a bit of a frustration foul.
Ooh,
We're gonna get a charge.
Turnover and a foul against Macy Kloffenstein. And I missed who fell down. Was it
Lydia Dietz?
Okay.
You know, we talk about them being short in stature. The problem is if you're a big girl and you turn, when you have Lydia Dietz, you don't see them, and you just.
I'm going to the basket. Whoop,
exactly.
Speed bump.
Exactly, and she took a hard one there.
As we reset here, Jackson Center man-to-man defense. Presley Reese defending Paul. Now it's Reichert against Maurer. As Jeremy mentioned, 3 3-pointers in the first quarter.
Trojans love to attack that nail, as they call it there. They try to get in the lane, and then they're looking for the kick. Been very patient on that.
Boy, they don't stand around much, especially Dietz, number 3. She is, I just watch her. She's just running around. I mean, quality movement,
right.
But she's her feet are fast, and likewise, most of her team members. There's a travel by Dee Pitts, but
she keeps the defense rotating, and then they've become this very patient team, like waiting for you to have a defensive breakdown for a 3 or a get in the lane. Well,
it forces you to think. Anyone can guard a stationary object. I mean, I could probably still do that, and if you're moving, it makes decisions happen. And there's a foul against Kluffenstein. Back-to-back fouls on Kluffenstein. She kind of fell down, and in doing so, fell right on to the backside of the leg of Kennedy Dosek.
Kluffenstein 3 on her now.
Oh, I missed one. So she has 3. You're right. Kendall Reese had 2 points in the first half. Again, she's about the only support player the Tigers will use in their normal rotation. So a tough break for Macy Kluffenstein. Had to charge, and then that kind of inadvertent foul when she landed on Dosek.
The Trojans look like they came out in a 1-3-1 zone on that one there, Jeff, if I misread that.
Camden Paul kind of got off balance, tried to do a spin move. We'll take a look here at their defense. Right now it appears to be a 2-2-1.
So they're 2-2-1, and it looked like they dropped back into that 1-3-1. That's the first time we've kind of seen that out of the Trojans. So Coach Tyler Carson throwing a little bit of a wrinkle in here.
Reese,
now it's a man-to-man.
Nice step through. Can't quite get it down. Biederman. Jump ball will stay with the Tigers. Give them the offensive rebound. Another look here on this possession. Presley Reese, sophomore point guard, will inbounds it for the Tigers. There's her classmate, McKinley Reichert. Reese sneaks up for an open 3 straight on. Nice looking rotation. Assist Reichert, bucket Reese, and it's back to a 5-point lead. And that's about the closest they've been since they opened up the second quarter with a 7-0 run to get to within 5.
Tipped. Paul on the 3 there.
So kick violation was called, and that'll be a turnover for the Trojans. Following the blocked shot, you're saying, by, I think, Reese blocked.
Yeah, it looked like she got her hand on it there. And that was Dee Pitts that got the kick. Dee is a tremendous soccer player, so that is kind of funny if she got the kick call, because it looked like she kind of kicked it out of the air.
Well, she's a soccer player. Camden Paul, who's playing defense right there, strips it away. She's a player of the year in the West Ohio Soccer League. And so you have a couple of those girls that play on the pitch.
They come movement, trying to attack that inside, and then Camden just goes back the other way. That is like 5 or 6 of them for Biederman on the day.
I was going to say 4 or 5, but I'll give you Biederman has had a nice job defensively. A 30-second timeout would be called for Coach Carson to avoid the turnover. We'll take a 30-second timeout with him. You're watching girls varsity basketball on NKTelco Sports.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
At Wilson Health, we're extending care beyond the walls of the hospital, with resources designed to keep you in charge of your health.
Our independence and connection to the community are unique in a world where big healthcare strives to act like corporations.
Our tools may be the same, but we are different.
We're neighbors, friends, and family who truly care about the people who live here.
We call it caring without limits, and it's just the beginning of a whole new Wilson Health.
Welcome back from the Precision Strip timeout here at NKTelco Sports on our First National Bank scoreboard. 19-14 is the score. Trojans lead with a 5-point lead in the ball. Open look for Maurer. Good rotation off the mark, though. Kendall Reese with a backside defensive board, and that might be the first missed shot for Mulaney Maurer from three-point range.
Yeah, it is her first miss on the day. That's a great offensive sideline or baseline out of bounds there by Coach Carson to get Mulaney open. Here comes that trap.
Yeah, a lot going on there as Metz and also Dietz had slid over and used the sideline, and it was trouble for Grace Prenger. She was able to, I guess, let the ball go out of bounds off of Botkins. It'll be reset now with Presley Reese. Again, a taller, lengthy point guard that's only a sophomore is going to create a problem in the NBA. Would count it, but in our Ohio High School Athletic Association will call it on the floor. But she's those girls you got to watch out for. She's a sophomore. She's 5'8". She might continue to grow, but handles the ball now. So as she gets stronger, it's going to be a tough matchup. Tough break there, and Reichert might have just picked up her third. Boy, Biederman slapping herself. She knows that she had that left-handed shot on the left side. As a result of that miss, Reichert will pick up her third foul.
Kind of short-armed, but it looked like she might have been anticipating she was going to get fouled and just wasn't able to get it in there. And
that's
Reichert picked up her
good
third.
Form for her going that way. An easier shot for the left-hander, which is what she is. And again, then to make matters worse, her teammate gets her third foul with the following play after the miss. So keep that in mind here as we approach the halfway point of the third quarter.
Coach Brown has left McKinley Reichert on the floor.
Maurer's attempt no good, and Botkins has started off the way they started off the second quarter, scoreless for a while. As boy, Prenger will be fouled. Coach Carson would like a travel. So foul against the Trojans. And that will be whistled against number 3, right?
Yeah, Lydia Dietz, that's her third.
Two free throws for Grace Prenger. She's now 1 for 2 in the afternoon. Her first point of the game. Cuts it to 4. This free throw goes in, would be the closest they got to when they opened up the second quarter on a 7-0 run to cut it at that time to 14-11. And she does that. So the same juncture, what happened in the second quarter after Jackson got within 3, then Botkins went on to outscore Jackson Center 5-0 to end the quarter with the 19-11 lead. So we'll see once what happens here. We're in the third quarter, a 3-point Botkins lead.
Not a whole lot of activity offensively for either team, and part of the issue was turnovers as Kennedy Dosek gets in their lane and knocks one down at the hole.
Her 5th point, and we saw her drive to the basket. In the first half, she did that move and was rewarded getting fouled, so she made 3 of 4 from the line in the first half. Kendall Reese shot a little bit short. Good look on the diagonal pass from Reichert. Mulaney Maurer finds Dosek. Metz. She traveled. I'll say if she didn't travel, Biederman just had another block shot.
That's 4 turnovers on the quarter for the Trojans.
Full timeout will be called by Coach Tiffany Brown. Precision strip timeout, that is. We'll be back with more girls varsity basketball on NKTelco Sports.
CarriageWorks has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We are certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
Ohio Means Jobs Auglaize County has a job for you. Grand Lake Health System has over 800 employees. Included is Joint Township District Memorial Hospital and multiple physician practices. And we're now hiring a variety of positions that fit all education and skill levels. Plus, you'll get a great benefit package offered to both full and part-time workers. Join this rewarding career and help your community in the process. Contact Ohio Means Jobs Auglaize County for all your employment needs.
Welcome back from our precision strip timeout with 3:10 to play in the third quarter. I'll let Jeremy go through our additional sponsors that allow us to do this.
We thank Burke Petroleum, Chiltex LLC, Cy Sweeterman Inc., Dickman Supply, Hometown Opportunity, Hulsman Automotive, Park National Bank, SecureCom, and St. Henry Bank. Thank you for your continued support of high school sports here on NKTelco.
Well, timeout called for by Coach Brown. Her team got within 3, and then a big basket by Kennedy Dosek stopped that drought for Botkins and puts the lead at 5. And Coach Brown, I think, wants to make sure, look, let's stay composed here, take care of the basketball, bounce back from that Botkins bucket and get one of our own.
That bucket by Kennedy Dosek was the first one of the half. Now they go inside to McKinley Reichert. A little high-low action there with
pass.
Biederman and McKinley Reichert.
Good pass. The assist from Biederman.
Seems to be a good play there.
Another block shot for Biederman. Good decision by Kendall Reese. Saving the basketball, making sure she had a friend to throw it to. It's knocked out of bounds off of Botkins. Actually, it'll be a foul.
Foul.
Number 32, Metz.
Yep.
Boy, that time Biederman playing defense. She just kind of stood there waiting for the shot to go up. I mean, damn, just waited. Shot went up, hand went up, got probably down her 5th or 6th block of the game.
As a post player, the uncomfortable position for you offensively is when you can't feel your defender, and that's what Biederman did. She kind of did that to Metz, who's a sophomore also, and giving up quite a few inches to Biederman kind of was probably a little uncomfortable. Metz would love to be able to feel that and have that feel, but just was not there.
Camden Paul picks up her 3rd foul. Reichert playing with 3 fouls as well, finds Grace Prenger. Presley Reese now.
See if they go to Biederman at that high post there and see if they get McKinley Reichert to seal on the backside. Nope, they're just going straight to her.
Good defense
Great
by
defense.
Maurer. Again, though, it was a tough shot. Biederman, being a left-hander, turned to the baseline, which made her bring the ball all the way back. It was a tough shot for her and a good defensive play by Maurer coming up with the block shot and our Trojan rebound. 3-point lead, under 2 minutes to play, third quarter. Dosek has the only points in the game in the quarter for the Trojans. Loses the handle, held ball, will keep it with Botkins. It was 19-11 at halftime. A 7-2 advantage here for Jackson Center. Minute 49 to play, third quarter.
On offense for the Tigers, it feels like they've been able to get McKinley Reichert and Biederman both into the flow offensively a little bit. And you can sit here and say, well, they haven't scored a ton for them. No, but they got Grace Prenger, or they got Presley Reese open for the 3 that was created by them.
They're going to call Reese for the foul. She must have she was on the ground.
Did she grab the foot?
I don't know. He called a
foot?
push. There was contact. I just thought, she did knock the ball away, but the foul was well after that. And I thought, if anything, the Botkins girl fell on her. Not that it should have been a foul. So maybe she did grab the shoe. Nonetheless, for Presley Reese, just her first foul, so she's in no problem there with her first foul. Each team with 4 fouls in the quarter. Good job hedge defense by Reese. Forces the turnover. Reichert comes up with a steal on the Botkins turnover.
5.5 now for the Trojans. 1 minute to go here. Ooh, dangerous
It
pass.
was very dangerous. It was soft cross-court passes.
Now see if they they're looking to try to get it to Reichert on the block there against Kennedy Dosek. Kennedy did a nice job flipping her hips to get around in front of her.
Kendall Reese bounces it over to Presley Reese. Cousins.
Here's that high-low action.
Out to Reese, kind of an awkward pass. You talked, maybe it's a JV game. You were talking earlier about hitting girls in the pocket. Dixie Reese was expecting to pass, wanted to hear. The pass was off mark, and as she was hopping to get her step in, she couldn't almost move laterally quick enough to pass off the mark a little bit and couldn't field it.
Yep.
Turnover, Jackson Center.
You're exactly right. That's what seemed to happen there. Here, Lainey Maurer gets open for a 3.
Reese up with the board, so Maurer misses the 3-pointer. The final 20 2 seconds of the third quarter. Reichert. Cross court goes to Grace Pranger. Down to 15. Biederman a little too hot with a pass. Again, bang, bang off of Reichert's hands. Turnover. Boy, knocked away by Biederman. Reichert's long pass or shot, I think she was looking for her classmate, and it just will go out of bounds with 1.2 seconds to play in the quarter. Dosek will just throw it down to Metz. Did she touch it? Was it touched?
There's evidently the referees are saying it is.
Well, that's how the quarter
Coach Brown
went.
does not feel like she's not complaining about it, so she's willing to just go to the next quarter here.
21-18, girls varsity basketball here on NKTelco Sports.
We are here, and here, and here. Minster Bank is everywhere, providing every banking service that you need to keep your financial life in order. Whether you are on the go or stopping by one of our branches, Minster Bank is here for you. We proudly support the communities where you live. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Unpack your potential with a career at Pratt Industries. Working at Pratt Industries is more than a job. It's a sustainable career.
Pratt Industries to me is a job. It's my career. It's the way I put food on my table, but I love what I do.
We offer competitive pay, excellent benefits, and opportunities for career advancement. To apply, visit careers.prattindustries.com.
8 minutes left in the ball game as we enter the fourth quarter. My name is Jeff Henshin. Alongside me is Jeremy Plyman. And Jeremy, the Trojans kind of fight back here. They outscore Botkins 7-2 in the third quarter.
You know, the Lady Tigers were able to get Addie Biederman and McKinley Reichert more involved offensively. That allowed them to get 7 points. On the offensive end for the Trojans, 5 turnovers, one for 8 in the quarter. That point was only by Kennedy Dosek there. Now they go inside.
Reese, a little bit taller player, misses. Is tipped around by Biederman, but into the hands now of Metz. And the Trojans will survive that as they kind of put Reese down low. Metz a shot, no good. Metz with the rebound, no good. Biederman with the rebound, so a couple good looks there for the Trojans. Both teams come up empty in their first possession of the final fourth quarter.
Janet Metz is giving Coach Tyler Carson some great, that ball will stay with the Trojans there. Camden Paul had a steal there. We had that earlier there. The long pass across the midline does not usually a workable deal there, and especially when you got somebody with the quickness of Camden Paul.
Exactly. Yeah, you got to snap it to make it work or play against a very slow defensive team, and that is not the case with the Trojans. Very fast, nice steal by Reichert. Luckily found her teammate to Kendall Reese. Ball knocked away, and it'll be a turnover. Trojans come up, force a turnover. Boy, another deflected pass.
This first minute and 10 here is another
little bit
deflected
sloppy pass. Reese comes up with it. Reese will go to the basket and be fouled in the act of shooting. I think he'll be going up for 2 anyway.
He had his fist in here, yeah.
There definitely was a foul and 2 shots. There's the 2 fingers I was looking for, and Reese will take a breath here. She bends over and kind of collects her bearings. It's been a pinball action here as of late.
There was a lot of happening between the 3-point lines there for a little bit.
Reese perfect from the line now, 2 for 2. Had a 1 free throw in the second quarter to end a 3-point play for herself. Now the first of 2 here. Looking for point number 8, and she will get it. 8 points in the ball game. 3 for 3 from the free throw line, a field goal, and a 3-point shot. So she has scored for the cycle, has Presley Reese today. A free throw, a deuce, and a tray.
The Trojans have only scored 1 time here in the second half, and now nice. They go to D.D. Pitts.
Oh, wow.
D.D. with a nice move at the high post there.
Took it at the Jackson Center defense.
Coach Brown not real happy about that call.
It didn't go against Biederman. It went against Kendall Reese. And I didn't see that, so I just noticed that Biederman was standing perfectly still. Good verticality defense. Free throw, though, missed by Dee Pitts. She hit 2 free throws way back early in the first quarter. She hits 1 of 2 now. She has 3 points in the ball game, and that's just her first point of the fourth and her third of the half. Kendall Reese will get a chance from the foul line as they work the ball down and inside quickly, kind of beating the defense down the court.
They did a great job. They reversed it, found the middle then, and then they advanced it down the lane. And Kendall Reese going to the free throw line with a chance to tie here with 2 shots.
Sophomore coming off the bench. Hits the first free throw. She now has 3 points. Done a nice job, filling in her rotation today, and more so maybe when Reichert went out in the first quarter. Good looking shot, and oh boy, you won't see that very often. Usually those type of shots fall in, and for Botkins it falls out. They garner the rebound and hang on to a 1-point lead, and they have probably led
the entire game, I believe.
Bodies on the floor, jump ball. Reichert did a somersault over a couple players, and it'll be a turnover, though, as it'll be Jackson Center basketball. I should write this down. So Botkins did score the first points of the game?
They scored the first points of the game. They had the 2, I believe they had the 3 by Mulaney Maurer
Could have been,
in the first quarter, and that opened up the scoring. Okay. And then from there, it went Addie Biederman on the other end, and then back to Mulaney Maurer there, or Kennedy Dosek.
I'll believe you. They've led wire to wire so far as we approach the final 6 minutes. Presley Reese able to get rid of it, avoid the 5-second count of a closely guarded violation, I should say.
The Tigers with a chance to take the lead for the first time here. They go to Addie Biederman.
Can't quite get it done. Gets her own shot. No. Own shot. No. Reichert. Call timeout. Oh, the muscle went up. Nothing. 4 shots.
Wow.
4 shots. Dee Pitts.
On the run the other direction.
Good jump stop. Change of pace. 2 Tigers go by her. What a swing right there. I thought Jackson Center was going to take the lead. Couldn't come up with a basket.
Getting all the shots they want to from right in there. Jackson Center not real happy. I believe they wanted a call for a foul when Reichert took her shot. The Trojans kept playing through it.
Inside out, Prenger to tie, no. Dee Pitts with the rebound. Under 5 minutes to play, fourth quarter.
This is where the Trojans have gotten way better as the season's gone on. I've watched a couple games lately. They just milk it for a great shot. Good shot by Camden Paul. Just can't get it to go. Rebound, Addie Biederman.
Presley Reese will get a timeout call from her head coach, Tiffany Brown. It'll be a full timeout with 4:38 to play. Botkins leads Jackson Center 24-21 here on NKTelco Sports.
Are you looking for a rewarding career? Lincoln Electric Automation in Coldwater and Fort Loramie supplies top-of-the-line automation systems to manufacturers. Lincoln Electric Automation routinely develops its team through hiring and by offering advanced technical training. We understand that every employee matters, and every role contributes to the success of our business. We offer advancement opportunities, competitive wages, and benefit packages. Visit LincolnElectric.com and get on track to a better career and a better future.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
Welcome back from our Precision Strip timeout. Our First National Bank scoreboard reads 24-21 in favor of Botkins with 4:38 to play. My name is Jeff Henson. Alongside me is Jeremy Plyman. We've seen a battle. Two even teams doing what two even teams do. Battle, compete, and have fun, right?
They have their matching records. We're 3 points spread right now, 4:38 to go. The Tigers have the ball. They're going to come out of a timeout. Interested to see what Coach Brown's going to do here. I would bet the house that it's going to involve McKinley Reichert and Addie Biederman.
Ooh. Tigers, now that's not a violation when the
No,
ball's
but
out of
close.
bounds. But I always say stay away from it. Don't force an official to make a call. But luckily the crowd didn't scream. Of course,
knowledgeable crowd here today.
But when the ball's out of bounds, you don't have an over and back like it would have been if that was a live ball. But nonetheless, we play here as we approach the midway point of this final quarter. Grace Pringer swings it over to Kendall Reese. And knocking away.
Great job defensively, Gianna Metz. Just hustle.
Landed right on Kendall Reese. Metz, maybe the biggest bucket for her career or her game today, or it was her first of the game, but nice play defensively, kind of knocking the ball away and then getting it in transition. Biederman, well, she scores a lot from her left hand on the right side, or she was on the kind of finish on the right side, and even that time they had that barrage of shots. It started from the right side for Biederman, and she's left-handed. Made it for kind of a difficult shot for her first one. Got those 2 rebounds, and Reichert then couldn't finish on the 4th try.
Gianna Metz underneath.
Tied up, and it will stay with Botkins. So 5'5" sophomore Gianna Metz has definitely played some quality possessions here, minutes.
Especially here in the second half, has done really extremely well.
Inbounds to Maurer. Dosek. Dee Pitts. Ball deflected by Reichert into the hands of Maurer. Double team coming from Jackson Center. Pitts, maybe a bonus step.
Good travel. That is 4 on the quarter for the Trojans here with 3:13 to go. It looks like the Tigers are willing. They want to come trap Mulaney Maurer.
And force a turnover. Somehow got that. They had a good spot down there in the corner, and you get those extra defenders with the sideline. And
the rotation was just a hair bit late.
Yeah,
they about
correct.
got one.
Yep. Reichert will allow the dust to settle and bring it up against Kennedy Dosek.
I feel this is a huge possession for the Tigers right here, Jeff. Look at them. Oh, they are major mismatch.
Oh, my. Okay.
Oh, I thought they were going to call it. Lydia Dietz was in a great spot to get a charge call. Tiffany Brown is out on the floor.
That's a tough call. I mean, they call a block on Dietz. I mean, who says it could have been a charge on Reichert?
Right.
She backed her down.
She backed her down.
And then there was foul, and then Reichert threw it up. It went in. Tough break. I'm not going to say anything. Reichert's going to have to do it from the free throw line, the 1+1. She has 4 points in the afternoon. Missed shot from the Tigers.
Now the Tiger fans are really upset about it.
Yeah, they got nothing out of that except a foul against the Trojans. Maurer with a basketball finds Dosek being guarded by Kendall Reese. Reichert now applies pressure, and here comes the double team against Maurer. Maurer thought about it, thought no.
Might have got away with a shove off there too, Mulaney. It looked like that arm came out pretty far there, unless it was just a reaction.
Reese
now they're just
going
to bleed this thing. Trojans 45 foot away
illegal
from the illegal screen.
Metz, team control foul. She'll pick up her second foul. That'll give the basketball to the Tigers. It's the 8th foul against Botkins, but because it was a team control foul, no free throws or shot. Reichert gets the basketball. Nice touch pass into Biederman, misses the opportunity. Another good opportunity. Reichert dropped it right on the dime, and that time Biederman was going to the left. I thought for sure that was going to drop. Didn't happen for Biederman and the Tigers. 2 minutes to play, 4th quarter.
Biederman came into the game averaging about 9 points a game. Just struggle here for her today a little bit.
Maurer, Dosek, trapping defense by the Tigers, and there's a travel. And for Maurer, she knew it right away, but you know what I like she did? She didn't throw it away.
Nope.
I mean, she has a turnover. Rather than panic and chuck it and then into the hands of a white shirt, she's going to let her team kind of reset here.
especially when you're throwing it back out that way. It leads into a 3-on-1, 3-on-2 breaks, numbers usually in their odds. Just eat it and call it and put it out of bounds.
There are bad turnovers, and then there are worse turnovers. That was just a bad one, but dead ball is what it was. Kendall Reese over to Grace Pranger. Pranger finds Kendall Reese now on the right side. Grace Pranger, her shot strong. Good look, good bounce pass. Tigers don't convert. Biederman nearly with the steal. Nice kind of a hedge defense. Maurer will be tripped up by Biederman. Got their feet tangled up. An unfortunate break. Unfortunate for the Tigers, but a good break for the Trojans. They'll pick up the foul against number 20, Addie Biederman, her third.
The next one, that'll put both teams in the 1-and-1 here.
Timeout called by Jackson Center, a full timeout, precision strip timeout on the court. We'll take one with them with a 1:11 to play in the ball game, 26-23 in favor of Botkins.
Whether you do business from a corner store or a corner office, there is one asset your business cannot do without: the internet. Everything from sales and marketing, training and shipping, PR, HR, and R&D, your business relies on a fast, reliable, and secure connection. And now, it's more important than ever to partner with an internet provider you can trust. Get Flight Fiber for Business, backed by local tech support from NKTelco. Call today.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
1 minute, 11 seconds left to play fourth quarter, 26-23. Following the precision strip timeout called by Coach Tiffany Brown in her first season at Jackson Center.
Multiple things probably discussed there. What we're going to do defensively and probably who are we going to go foul. If you're the Trojans, you want to leave it, get it in the hands of Camden Paul. And that was about as bad space.
They had the trap zone, but they kind of both went to the same spot, and Coach Tyler Carson didn't like what he saw, so he will take a precision strip timeout, and it is a 30. So Jeremy, go ahead and
we'll keep it right here and read our sponsors for today's game. We'd like to thank Keyhole Pizza, First National Bank, Precision Strip, Emerson Climate Technologies, Carriage Works, Grand Lake Health, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric Automation, Minster Bank, New Knoxville Supply, Pratt Industries, Wagner's IGA, Wilson Health, Winners Meats, Allen Ball Insurance, and NKTelco. Thank you for your support of today's ball game and high school sports in our area.
Well said, Jeremy, as we continue to battle to just find out who's going to break a 2-game losing streak on the season. And right now it's anyone's ball game. Fourth quarter, we have 60 seconds to play. Tigers continue to try to trap, and jump ball will be called.
And that'll be the Tigers basketball. The Trojans are kind of playing around out that half-court line, and now they're at the sideline. They've put themselves in some bad positions the last 2 points here.
A big turnover with 56 seconds to play. Nice entry pass into Reichert. Good defense, though, by the Trojans. They shut her down. Biederman finishes with her right hand. She's had a tough day scoring. She gets her 8th point and finishes that one with her right hand for the left-hander. Timeout called by Coach Carson as he comes way out of the court, if you will, to get the officials' attention. He does so with 39 seconds of play. We'll take a precision strip timeout with them here on NKTelco Sports.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
Welcome back with 39 seconds to play. Jeremy, the The Trojans have the ball in a 1-point lead, but it's been a struggle for them to score offensively and plus just take care of the basketball.
Yeah, in the second half here, Jeff, they have 4 points offensively. 6 points offensively, 4 in the quarter. In the fourth quarter, 7 turnovers, and that's why we're at where we're at right now.
Yeah, just the 7 points and the multiple turnovers has allowed Jackson Center to climb back into this. Jackson Center has scored 14 points in the half, but it's a 1-point Botkins lead.
Camden Paul going deep.
They had her.
They had her and still have her.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
Well, Riker had possession.
They had possession. She's just underneath her. Just a unfortunate circumstance of where Camden
I thought
landed.
they threw the pass 3 seconds too late. She was open, and then I thought, okay, they aren't going to throw it. And then she still, that was a long pass, but Riker is athletic, and she played free safety, strong safety. She made a nice interception.
Almost kind of baited Dee Pitts into throwing
Probably
it a
so.
little
Hey,
bit.
throw it. She's
Go ahead
open.
and throw it. I'm going to go get it.
She's athletic enough to realize what she can cover, and she has a
Big
one-on-one.
free throws here.
That one rattles
and
in
guess
and
who's
out.
got the rebound?
Jackson Center. Was it Biederman came down with it? Oh, I thought he signaled a tee. I thought he teed her up, but he just gave her the timeout with a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. This should be unofficially, I think, Jackson Center's last timeout with 34 seconds to play.
One each.
Oh, one each? No, he had a fist up.
They had a fist up on the second one. 0 and 1.
That makes sense. So,
Coach Carson has 1 left. 34 seconds here.
Well, anyone's ball game, and just been Jackson Center that has kind of been more of the aggressor. They made some great defensive plays. I think they've missed some opportunities. They've had some good looks. Reichert has missed 2 free throws here in the fourth quarter. She's a good free throw shooter. So Botkins, after all their struggles with turnovers and scoring, may be fortunate that they're not behind by 7 or 8 points.
So they're going to go to a double stack set up here at the elbow. Look for something with Reichert. There it is, the screen to Biederman. Nice play by Kennedy Dosek. Sniffed that one out.
And there's a foul in the backcourt. I think they'll get Reese maybe. And it won't be will it be team foul number 7?
Yeah.
Fouls on number 4. Grace Pranger, just her first foul, or second foul maybe. But it will be a bonus situation for Kennedy Dosek. And you mentioned off air, one of the better free throw shooters for the Botkins Trojans is Kennedy Dosek.
71% on the coming into today. She's 3 for 4 coming into this. And there it is, 4 for 5. We watched her the other week. I believe it was against Parkway. Knocked down 7 of 8 free throws in the fourth quarter to seal the deal for them in that upset win of the number 1 ranked Parkway Trojans. Not that time, though. Here we come down the floor.
No timeouts left. Coach Tiffany Brown out of timeouts. And it'll be 24 seconds to go. Botkins does have 1 timeout. If Jackson Center would happen to score, they could use it. Reese with the basketball, 23 seconds and counting.
The Tigers with no seniors on their team. This is sophomores and juniors, and a lot of sophomores trying to figure this out.
Pranger with it, down to 10. Reichert gets it. Reichert loses the handle. Reese with it, 2 seconds. And a jump ball. Possession favors Botkins. 1.1 seconds to go. Great defense by the Trojans. They force a held ball and have the option now to throw it deep.
And that's what you do, and you just have somebody touch it. Get away from your basket.
Coach Carson will call a timeout, and it'll be his last one. It'll be 1.1 seconds. And meant to mention earlier, both Tyler Carson and Tiffany Brown spent time at Troy, so they are friendly rivals. And
friendly
it's
rivals.
Amazing how
both
things all kind of come full circle. Now they're competing. I think they run the staff together at Troy. So now they're competing as head coaches today. 27-25 to score in favor of Botkins. 1.1, and I think you agree, Jeremy. They've got to set it up where they throw a baseball pass, and you got to have someone catch it down here, because if it goes out of bounds and no one touches it, Jackson Center would get it back at their end of the basket. So if nothing else, put someone down there and just tell them to throw it, touch it, get the clock started, and ball game.
And if you're the Lady Trojans, you're gonna run something probably in a four spread here, four in the line.
I would just put someone down there now because
Just
we
throw
saw
it.
them throw it earlier. Well, and that was intercepted by Reese. But you don't want to scoot out of bounds with nobody touching it.
No, you're wanting to probably just throw it to about if you can, keep it in bounds about the free throw line.
I had to have someone stand there right now. If Jackson Center is going to intercept it down here where the official is out on the free throw line, what are they going to do with it with a second to go?
Throw it deep, and that's a hope and a prayer at that point in time. You've done everything you can, but
well, we'll see once how it rolls out here. 1.1. Oh, they go short, and they call a foul on Presley Reese. Probably the right call.
Yeah.
I mean, I know the crowd wanted a out of bounds, and then you have the ball with 0.2 left. But surprised, we thought Botkins would just throw it deep. They get it in bounds.
Man, that's a close place to throw that in down there.
Mulaney Mowers.
Hey, this isn't over yet. We know what happened with Russia and Jackson Center here the other night.
True.
With about this time on the clock. So
Maurer, good on a free throw. It's a 3-point lead.
Her first points since the second quarter when she had a layup there in the second quarter.
Gives her a dozen on the afternoon. Her team leads by 3. Her team leads by 4. The desperation heave at the buzzer, no good. And the Botkins Trojans prevail today in a nail-biter, a 29-25 victory over the host Jackson Center Tigers. That will put Botkins now at 5-3 in Shelby County Athletic League play. 5-3. Botkins will dip below 500. They'll go to 4-5 in Shelby County Athletic League play. We'll take a very short break. I'll come back. We'll read through our sponsors and get our final game stats and our NKTelco Player of the Game Award here on NKTelco Sports.
At Wilson Health, we're extending care beyond the walls of the hospital with resources designed to keep you in charge of your health.
Our independence and connection to the community are unique in a world where big healthcare strives to act like corporations.
Our tools may be the same, but we are different.
We're neighbors, friends, and family who truly care about the people who live here.
We call it caring without limits, and it's just the beginning of a whole new Wilson Health.
Welcome back to Jackson Center. Jeff Henshin here along with me is Jeremy Plymans. He puts together our stats. We'll recap that here very shortly for you. Before we do that, though, we would like to mention these fine sponsors that allow us to do this. Keyhole Pizza, NKTelco, First National Bank, Allen Ball Insurance, Precision Strip, Winners Meats, Emerson Climate Technologies, Wilson Health, Carriage Works, Wagner's IGA, Grand Lake Health, Pratt Industries, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, New Knoxville Supply, Lincoln Electric Automation, and Minster Bank. A fine sponsor to those that allow us to bring you this. And right now it's Shelby County Athletic League basketball between Botkins and Jackson Center. And Botkins does it again. They beat now Jackson Center twice this season. Beat them 33-29 back on December 3rd. And beat them today, again, by 4 points, 29-25 on this Saturday, January 14th of 2023. So a battle it was. Botkins led throughout the ball game, wire to wire. And Jackson Center clawed to within 1, but could never take that final shot, if you will, to take the lead and suffer the loss. As mentioned, they go now, the Trojans do, to 4-5 in league play, but 8-8 on the season. And Jackson and Botkins goes to 9-7 on the season and 5-3 in conference play. Leading scorers in the ball game for Jackson Center. Grace Pranger finishes with 2. Presley Reese, 8. McKinley Reichert, 4. Addie Biederman, 8. Kendall Reese, 3. Their total of 25. For Botkins, scoring for them today, Camden Paul, 3. Mulaney Maurer, 13. Kennedy Dosek, 6. Delaney Pitts, or DD Pitts, 5. And Jenna Metz with 2 for their total of 29. Score by quarters went like this. Botkins led 14-4 after 1 quarter. They led 19-11 at half. The 8-point lead they had at half was whittled down to 3, 21-18 at the end of the third quarter. And the final score, Botkins 29, Jackson Center 25. Jeremy's ready to go, and we will have our final game stats here from Mr. Plyman.
Today for the Lady Trojans and the Jackson Center Tigers, in a losing effort, the Jackson Center Tigers had 33 rebounds. They out-rebounded the Trojans 33-17. The Tigers had 17 offensive rebounds and just couldn't capitalize. Turned it over 17 times compared to the Trojans, who turned it over 15 times. The Tigers were 9-39 from the field for 23%, 1 for 4 for 25% from 3, and shot 6 of 10 for 60% from the free throw line. The Lady Lady Trojans, in a winning effort, were 7 for 34 from the field for 20%, 4 of 15 from 3 for 27%, and 9 of 11 from the free throw line, 81%. And in the fourth quarter alone, were 4 for 5 to seal the deal there, where they struggled offensively in the second half, Jeff.
Yeah, they only scored 10 points. And you look at the free throws, 2, 4, 4 of those 10 were free throws, and got it done, though. And like I said, we felt like Jackson Center definitely had some opportunities. I'm sure they're frustrated. Anytime you lose, you're going to be frustrated. But you know that it was a tough battle. They couldn't get the score that they needed. They had some decent looks, and Botkins maybe stole one out of here. Maybe they should have lost. I don't know, but they held on to enough positive things. They made free throws, and that's something where Jackson Center kind of squandered late in the game. And the final thing is they made enough positive plays to earn the 4-point win.
And when things weren't going well offensively for them, and we consider Jackson Center still only scored the final score, they only had 25 points on the game. So when things weren't going great offensively, they were still getting it done on the defensive end down here.
Yeah.
And they were making it difficult for Biederman and Reichert inside, where they should have had the advantage. And, credit to the players like Kennedy Dosek and Jana Metz. What about the minutes she's giving Coach Carson right now?
She did a nice job.
Tremendous job. Only had 2 points on the day, but that doesn't tell what she gave them out there offensively, defensively. 2 of the biggest points of the day was on that offensive rebound in the fourth quarter, where she found herself on a hustle play and scored.
She hustled down the court, got the bounce pass. I think she stole the ball
created
here. Created turnover, and then hustled down the floor, kind of in motion, bounce pass and scored it. And her 2 points were her biggest of the season, don't know, but definitely today they were huge.
And we talked about earlier before the game started, Janelle Platfoot being out and trying to get somebody to pick up that load. It's not just one person. It's going to be a multitude. And Jana Metz right now seems to be picking her, doing that part on the defensive end especially, and rebounding. Had some huge rebounds in there today when things weren't going well for the Trojans, and she was able to come out of a mosh pit of people with the ball at times, after Jackson got 2 or 3 shots at it.
Well said, and kind of we'll just lead right into that. We're done talking about the game. We'll go to our NKTelco player of the game, and Jeremy, I'll let you announce.
Jana Metz, the sophomore from Botkins, had a great game today. Real excited for Jana, the moments she gave them for the day. Came in there, battled gave up multiple inches in there, and just battled and made some great effort plays. And you love to see that out of a kid.
Congratulations to Jana Metz, our NKTelco player of the game. That will wrap it up here today from Jackson Center. A thriller as the Botkins Trojans come to town and defeat Jackson Center Tigers 29-25. For my partner, Jeremy Plyman, my name is Jeff Henshin. We hope that you enjoyed this telecast here on NKTelco Sports, and thank you for watching.